Hello, happy Monday. Moment, work ourselves up to standing, do a stretch core and more class. I'm going to start with some very basic movement. Last time I promised that we'd do some more core work, so we'll work ourselves down to the ground. Let's take those arm circles going backwards. Starting to breathe, working our breath into the nose, out the mouth. Take a moment, bring our forearms together. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades back and together. Inhaling. Exhaling. Keep going. Trying to pinch my shoulder blades together. Retraction. Scapular protraction. One more. All right. Doing some wrist rolls. Pulling out the wrists. Stretching the hands. Stretching the fingers. Take a moment. Roll our whole shoulder girdle out. Get our side body nice and loose. Stretch out our neck, pressing our left arm down, dropping our right ear over to the side, eyes up and to the left. Slowly. Switch the side, dropping left ear over, eyes up and to the right, finding your breath. All right. Dropping the chin, taking the hands to the thighs for a nice Romanian stretch, pushing the hips back, pressing against the thighs, stretching out the spine. Stand it up. Working on some butt kickers. Some high knees. Working the knees up. Even do an alternating march. And some heel taps. And finally, we'll hit a lunge calf and oblique stretch. Now for this one, you probably want to see what's going on in my legs. Pressing back through my right heel, so stretching my right hip flexor, taking left hand to left thigh, reaching right arm to the sky. Switching sides. Stepping left foot back, pressing down through left heel. Right hand high, left arm to the sky. All right. We got our stretch. Let's check out our core. So working down to our mat space. If we have mat space, if we don't, feel free to come back to this when you actually do have some floor space. So our first core exercise today is going to be the boat pose. So it's a lot easier than doing the plank. Bring my knees together, lift my feet up to knee height, and hold on for dear life. So while I'm learning this one, I'm just trying to figure it out. I want to feel the fleshy portion of my butt muscles kind of move out of the way, so I'm balancing on the sacrum and coccyx bones. So I start by holding on, then I let go. Part of it is squeezing the knees tighten together. Now we're in our true boat. Take a break. This one's a static hold, so we'll work this over time just like the plank. 15 seconds here, 20 seconds here, 30 seconds there, until we get ourselves to a nice static 30 seconds or 60 seconds. So let's practice about 15 seconds a day. Just introducing this posture. If you haven't tried this before, this is a formal yoga pose. You have to breathe. I'm feeling my morning workout. We're almost there. And it is hot here today. You did it. That was about 15 seconds. So in between when I'm doing hip dominant core exercises, I like to take a moment to shake it out. I'm not introducing this as a stretch for our programming today, but butterfly, the soles of the feet together, is another great place for you to relax when you're doing hip dominant core exercises. Our next core exercise for today is legs up crunches. So the legs up crunch. Got my legs up, just like the name implies. Work on crunching to the. We're going to check out 10 of these. We inhale back real slow and in control. Exhale in. Taking our time. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, and that's our legs up crunch. Next one I'm going to introduce is our reverse crunch. So with our reverse crunch, the head and neck are static, so they're supported, but they're also not moving. It's just the legs that are moving. So I like to do these two exercises together. That way you have one where it's motion on top and the one where it's just motion on bottom. Right here, I'm supporting the head and neck. Drop the feet, pull them in. Drop the feet, pull them in. Drop the feet, pull them in. Get a couple more. All right. Now those are two of the very best core exercises. The first one is a lot easier if you have lower back pain. The second one is significantly harder if you have lower back pain, so it could be avoided. Now the boat pose is great for just about all. Now you don't have to be knees up. This one is tightening of the core. Harder, easier, easiest. So there's a lot of room for modification there. All right, let's pick one more core pose to go through today. It's going to be the bicycle crunch. The bicycle crunch, there's many gradations as well. So this one, both knees bent, legs up, legs up. It can be lower to the ground, lower to the ground. I can sit up and do this one from a seat. This one's good because I'm working rotation in the spine. So let's practice 5 together. So let's work 5, 5, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1. Done. All right. There's our core. Let's come back to our stretch. And then we'll do some single-legged standing balances. That'll be our more. So butterfly. Some of you might be up here. Trying to do is work knees down away from the ears and take the body into a fold forward. Working with your breath. These muscles that are being stretched here are called our adductor group. They're the muscles that keep your legs together. Now we're going to check out, and let's wiggle it out a little bit, our hip flexors. We're going to hop into a runner's lunge. With the runner's lunge, you might start up here. This leg is also not as far back as how my leg is. You know, in a perfect world, I'd like you to work down to both arms here. So in yoga, we call this lizard pose. I'm still breathing. I always say 5 to 10 breaths, 5 to 8 breaths here. You don't want to enter it too quickly. You don't want to leave too quickly. When we're ready to shake it out, we find this humble warrior, or we can rock. And we'll switch sides. I've got my nice runner's lunge. This side is way tighter than the other. I had to bring my back knee in a little bit. So now that I'm here, I'll fire up my breath. Stretching out. Come into that bowing warrior. I'll work myself into a wide knee child's pose, taking my knees as wide as the mat, bringing my big toes to touch behind and sitting my hips back over the heels. Now from here, I relax, I breathe. And this one is stretching the joint in between the pelvis and the back, in between left and right. It's called your sacroiliac joint. It's the dead center. All right. And while we're down here, let's get one more kneeling stretch. Let's get cat and cow. Bringing the shoulders over the wrists, bringing the hips over the knees, toes curled under the feet. I'm going to inhale, find cow pose. And exhale up through cat. We'll do 4 more. Inhaling up. Exhaling back. Inhaling up. Exhaling back. That kid's excited. Last one. All right, shake it out. Working ourselves up to standing. We're going to work on our single-legged standing balance, starting with right quad. This one, I'm taking my right hand to my right ankle, and I can use the wall. The wall is a helpful tool in all this. Keep you upright and balanced. Slowly switching sides. Always take your time here. Gently release. Working our 4 square quad stretch. This one, got my right shin across my left thigh. Stretch it out. Carefully switching sides. All right. Those are the standing balances I'm picking for today. Check out our door jam stretch or stretching out our upper body. I'm always trying to line my shoulder joint up with the wall. Or door jam. Start with my feet together. And when I get more flexible, I'll step left foot back and right foot forward. other side. Close to the wall if I'm using the wall instead of a door frame. Relax. All right. A little shorter class today. We're going to wind up using the wrists. Stretching these 4 fingers here. See how I take right from the base of the fingers, these 4, stretch back. I can always do this one underneath as well. My elbow at 90. Good. Notice when I'm up here, sometimes I get a little bit better movement at the joints, so you'll feel those delicious pops and cracks. Shake it out. Working that other side. Ooh. Pop, pop, snap, crackle, pop. One thing, it's harder to get into the pinky from this position than it is right here, because when I'm in this position, I'm actually coming in on the side of the pinky, so it's a bit easier. Stretch it out. All right, working the other side. I'm going to take my thumb in here. I'm going to stretch backwards. Release. Shake it out, working that other side. Stretching backwards. Release. We do one left. One last one right here. Stretching out the hands. Pressing out the hands. Very good. All right. A little shorter class today. We'll beef this up on Wednesday. If you have any questions, as always, feel free to send me an email or leave a comment in the comment sections. Have a wonderful day. Those of you who have participated this whole quarantine time, thank you very much. For those that will participate in the future, thank you very much. All right. Take care of yourself.